The World Health Organization says 17,710 cases of suicide were recorded in Nigeria in 2016 across all ages. Of these cases, 8,410 were females, while 9,300 were males. The figure puts Nigeria as the leading country of suicide cases in Africa, followed by Ethiopia and South Africa. A non-governmental organization, Suicide Research Prevention Initiative, set up for suicide prevention through research, crisis intervention, health education and early treatment of depression and drug abuse, has lamented the increase in suicide rates in the country once again. The organization says depression is the commonest mental health condition among those seeking help, which also raises concerns because of the economic impact that depression has on the individual and the country. We're now being joined on the news from Abuja by a mental health specialist, Dr. Hope Omezia, to help analyze this issue better. Dr. Omezia, thank you very much for joining us on the news. Now, what do you make of this revelation by the WHO that suicide is on the rise in Nigeria?
Well, to not argue with that submission about the rise of suicide in Nigeria, it is also for us to step into actions in ways we can mitigate against this rise. One of those is perhaps intensifying on the recommendation made by NAFDAC in 2019 to reducing or ensuring that pesticides are well regulated, such that they are not in the common market for anybody to just purchase. We can also look at areas where we reduce access to some of these materials, and for example, firearms. Yeah, we do know that 3 common causes of suicide in Nigeria has been shown by research: the use of pesticides and firearms, as well as hanging. So we can put in place policies that can ensure that people do not have ready access to some of these materials. Other things we can also look at moving forward is to look at programs, because that research you just mentioned in 2016 by WHO revealed that those between the ages of 20 to 29 were about the most population that took their own life with that report. So it is important that we begin to catch them young, engage our children in secondary schools and then other levels of education on programs that can help them cope with stress. So life skills that can help them cope with stress. And then we should intensify on our institutions that are available on how to identify early cases or those who are at risk of suicide, how to manage them effectively and do efficient follow-up for those people who are at risk of suicide. Some of those who are at risk of suicide could just be somebody who have been exposed to suicide, somebody with a family history of suicide, somebody with a family history of mental health. So this is about, for me, we shouldn't just throw away that assumption, even though, after the 2016 survey that put Nigeria as the leading African country with the highest suicide rates, in 2019, only 42 cases of suicide was reported. So if we're having researchers coming up to say that suicide is on the rise again in Nigeria, then we must be on our toes to see that we cut that trend.
Indeed, Dr. Hope Omezia, mental health specialist, we thank you very much for joining us on News Now.